Hello my lovelies, Rob here from Kickback Garage. Now in this video we are going to do an unboxing of the Avanti, I hope that's what's in there at least, the Avanti Ex Box ST. Fancy, what's that? Well, if you want to find out, grab a coffee, I'll send the old scooter over. Right, so here we've got it, the old unboxing. This time I have found my 20-year-old Stanley knife because I got told off on the last video because I used a pair of scissors. I know, there's some strange people out there, but you can't keep them all satisfied, can you? But let's get in there. I'm really excited about this. This is, shall I talk while I do the unpacking? What do you reckon? Yeah, I'll try that. This is the Avanti, Super Tune Avanti, Ex Box ST, which is an exhaust. The special thing about this exhaust is it's one of those so-called super clubman. So this is basically got the clubman design, and this thing is supposed to be really good. Now I got my eye up for this when I was browsing through the forums, as you do on Facebook there, and I stumbled across the web page, or the page for the Quattrini M210 cylinder kit, and there was a lot of lads on that page there who they've got both expansion exhaust, you know, the proper expansions, and they're running Clubmans, and there's a lot of reports saying a lot of those lads, they're taking the expansion off and putting their Clubman and just keeping their Clubman on. Now, the thing that's special about this is, if you can get it out the box, is apparently this, obviously, this is made by a fella called Ron Moss, and he did the Isle of Man, I think with 1971 or something like that, 1970, 1971, and he was tuning his scooters for that sort of event, basically when I was born. So it's going to be really exciting. Here we go. So what's in the box here? It's that's my invoice, and we've got blah 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 blah. Yeah, how to fix the exhaust, which is quite nice. I don't think any other exhausts come with that, so that's cool. Let's get this thing packed up. So Ron Moss, he has been developing exhausts, for the whole of my lifetime, basically. And I was looking for an exhaust pipe, a box type exhaust pipe, for my Series 2. And because that is now a RT240, I wanted something that's supposed to have a lot of grunt. Now the special thing about the Avanti ST is that it has a little end cam, and I think that's what I found here, because the exhaust is completely baffleless. So to overcome noise problems, he makes this handy little exhaust silencer. So let's see if I can get this open without scratching it. I think these look really cool, to tell you the truth. So he's been developing exhausts since the 70s, and in 2011 he released his Clubman to the public, and he's been developing that thing ever since. They normally come really well out of the tests, and this is what they could call, I suppose, a super Clubman. There's people like Daryl Taylor, and I think Gory also has a super Clubman. And apparently this thing can rev on to about 11,000 revs. But let me touch my screen there. There you are. But this, as you see, this is the end cam. Cute little thing, isn't it? So as I said, because the exhaust is baffleless, he supplies it with this neat little exhaust. I'll show you how that fits when I fit it on the bike. Right, let's have a look. springs, bracketry. What's that? That's the bracket for the engine case. Let's have a look. Oh, there's lots of screws and nuts in here. So I'll have a look at those afterwards, see how that fits. That was really cool that it came with fitting instructions. I don't think I ever had an exhaust that does that. Right, let's have a look. So this is the downpipe. This is made in stainless steel. Very nice, as you can see there. Stainless steel downpipe. That is massive, isn't it? That's a juicy looking downpipe, and those TIG welds look really, really nice. So because that is stainless steel, it means that I don't have to paint it. What do you reckon? Those welds are really nice. It looks nice and machined at the top there. Beautiful looking bit of kit. So the reason why I went for this is because I want to turn my, and this is a stub by the way, and then you can see the welds as well. Wow. These are handmade in the UK. Now this, I bought 2 stubs off him. The RT stub that I prefer, you know, with the one with the 4 holes in the stub, that is on its way. But I do have a BGM stub, and I think I'm going to try and modify it so I can fit it on that exhaust there. I know it's possible, and I've got the lathe as well, so we'll see how that is. But this one was really nice, and also in stainless steel. Cool. So let's see if we can get the exhaust itself out here. So this is basically sort of, it's not quite a box pipe, or a clubman pipe if you will. Performance-wise, it's almost, it's really, how can I explain that? It's sort of in between a full-blown expansion and your standard type clubman pipe. So looking at the graphs that are out on Facebook there, it seems to give a really, really nice linear curve. It's like completely straight and right up to 9,000 revs. So that should mean that it develops a nice torque band, and it's not as peaky. You know, like on the expansion pipes, you get this like sort of peak where your front wheel wants to lift up. But this should be a bit more manageable to ride. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It should suit my motor really well. Apparently it's very good on the big CC engines. So we're definitely going to do a road test of this when I get the chance. Oh, come on. I can't wait anymore. Get it out. So here we go. That is a massive, I have to measure that I think. So the stinger on this, let's see if I can go. .22.5mm. That's quite a fat stinger on it, and you can see the entrance to the U-bend there is really, really big. Let's see what that is. That's 50mm. So apparently he's developed this over the past couple of years, and he is constantly out of stock. But I was really, really lucky. The day I decided I wanted to use a clubman type pipe on the scooter there, I got in contact with Ron Moss through the Supertune Avanti website, and he said, "You know what, Rob? For the first time in history, I've got 3 or 4 of them left after all the orders have gone out. So if you want one, I can send it out next week." Just really, really lucky there. So I'll try and fit this, and we'll have a look around with it on the scooter, shall we? Yeah. Right, so what I've done is I took my BGM stub that I had lying around, and I have matched it to the depth and height of the Ron Moss one here. I'm not going to be using this, but the thing is, I need to fit this exhaust because on my Casa case, the nut at the front there that holds the box itself, you've got a lug on the engine, and my engine case isn't drilled out there, so I have to sort of line it all up, fit it as good as I can, and I'm going to have to drill a hole there and tap it ready to fit that nut on there. So, but in the meantime, I want to make sure that this fits. Now, the cool thing is let me move the camera down here. Can you see that? Not my nudges, by the way, these boxes. So there's two kits with screws and stuff, and one of them is for the beautiful looking little cute, isn't that cute, eh? Silencer that goes at the back here. And handily in this kit, it comes with extra long studs that you need to fit in the back of the case here. And on the front one, it also comes with the extra stud for fitting the tailpipe of the box there on the back there. So the nice thing about this is that he supplies them with two half nuts here, so I can. So what I did was I used these half nuts and wound them against each other, double nutted, and took out the two there. I don't want to take out that one underneath yet because I don't want it to leak oil, because this has got oil in the engine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double nut this, tighten it down, and I will put some Loctite on there and fit these longer studs. If I can. Oh. Why is this stuff always difficult when someone's watching? What do you reckon? Right. Oh, don't be a bugger now. Don't be a bugger. There we go. So I just tighten those against each other. And I'll put some Loctite on, and I'll thread those two in the back. Now, these two need to be a little bit longer because you have this fancy... These are really nice, by the way. They look like the stainless steel laser cut items. And the exhaust as well, that comes ready painted. So I was thinking this exhaust is quite expensive, but the fact that it comes painted, that helps a little bit. And yeah, so it's going to be cool. So I'll do that first, and I'll come back to you. Right, so in the bag of bits here, obviously I've fit these studs now, the longer studs, and you can see that that's the bracket. And I take it the little exhaust is going to sit there. Wonder how that is for ground clearance. I hear it's pretty good, but yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. And the nice thing about that is that you don't have to cut your footboards. Yeah, so this kit comes with these tab washers. This small one here with a 6mm, I imagine that one goes on the tailpipe holder. Where are you? Which is there. And that holds the spring to the exhaust, so I'll keep that there safe. And you've got these flat ones. I think they're supposed to go on your exhaust stub like this, so that you can use the spring, so they're sort of spring hooks for the manifold. Let's have a look for the U-bend, which is this. Oh, just look at that. Look at that TIG welding, I love it. It's really, really nice. Anyway, don't get sidetracked there, Rob. But I don't think I need to use these if I'm going to just fit this loosely, because they're pretty much lined up with the holes where the BGM stub has spring holders anyway. So I'm going to fit this and fit the U-bend. Oh, another thing. I thought I'd mention this. These studs, I like to put them in with Loctite. I use red Loctite on the studs there because they're not coming out that often. The important thing is when you put in Loctite on your studs here, just put a little dab on the side. If you put too much on there, that can actually expand and break your threads when it gets hot. Okay, so just a little dab on the side there. Right, let's fit this stub. Right, so that's the U-bend fit there, and the springs, I'm pleased to say, went in really easily. So that's good. And then it says in the instructions here, fit, what's it say? Let me have a read. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it suggests use silicone to fit the exhaust together, but this is just a dry build. Basically, you can see this bracket bit here on the back there. Now, on my engine, like I said, that area there hasn't been drilled for a bolt for the exhaust, so that's something I'm going to have to do. And the kinky situation thing here is that because I've got the caster side case, it's a little bit wider, so that's why I really want to try and see if it fits okay, because I've had to fiddle around with exhausts in the past to make them clear my side case. So I'm got loads of anticipation there, basically. Alright, what it said was, there's me being an umpty, it says fit the crankcase bracket to the silencer. Fit the crankcase bracket to the silencer. Ah, okay. Right, well, there you go. That's me not following the instructions. Fit the crankcase bracket to the silencer with the 2 coach bolts. Right, okay, so those got 2 nifty coach bolts here. What do you reckon? Is that supposed to go on there? Yeah. Alright, okay, so that means you don't have to fiddle about on the back there. Fit those there. And get 2 big washers and 2 I think, to tell you the truth, I prefer the method that is used on the chisel speed exhaust here. Why am I doing that? Not too tight, Rob, not too tight. Right, so that's nice and loose. What else does it say? It says blah blah blah. This part is easier with an extra pair of hands. Story of my life. Fit the crankcase bracket to the silencer using doors. Leave loose. With one person holding the header pipe, offer up the silencer to the crankcase studs, lining up the header pipe at the same time and push together. This might be a tight fit. Okay. Let's see how that goes. I haven't got 2 pair of hands. Where's Rick when you need him? The thing is, I think that's sort of like the old instructions. Okay, I'm with you. Well, I don't know, that was quite easy actually. That fit in there, no problems. And I've got absolutely no interference with anything, but it does need to come up a little bit. What's it touching? Alrighty, boys and girls. Right, well, it's wobbly cam time. So let's go and have a look at that pipe. It's now fit. Right, so I'm going to do a bit of wobbly cam. There you can see the Avanti exhaust pipe there. Now, I had absolutely no problems fitting this. My biggest nightmare was the fact that the bracket underneath the engine on my caster case has not been drilled and tapped. So I had to drill and tap that, but otherwise, nothing at all. So if you look here, The end pipe here, it goes clear of the lug where you fit the stand on the back here. It goes clear of the case, as you can see. And my biggest issue on other pipes I've had on this engine have been here, where it's been catching on the engine case, because the side case here is a little bit wider than normal, like I said. But as you can see here, loads of room, and yeah, you can almost fit your finger in between the flywheel cowl there. This is another problem area, especially with stroked engines like this. So when you go for a longer stroke, then you push the cylinder further forward, and you end up catching on the front of the exhaust here. I did at least on the chisel speed exhaust, but as you can see there, I think there's a little bit of air between there, no problems. So that's nice. So not catching on anything really. It went together really easy, to tell you the truth. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it was the exhaust manifold. I had to have that in the lathe. That was a bit of a pain trying to get all set up, but otherwise no problem. And that's the only reason why I did that, is because I just don't want to wait a couple of weeks. So let's have a look at the other side. So you see, no clearance issues there. You can even fit a splash plate with this exhaust, no problem. Doesn't stick out that far there. Slip joint, you can actually see a little bit of air between the slip joint there, but that was quite loose. So I think they've adjusted that so it makes fitting a little bit easier. And let's have a look if you can see underneath. Oh, let's have a look. There. So this is the bolt that I had to drill and tap. So I can see I can tighten that up a little bit actually. So that was a pain, but otherwise, yeah, brilliant. Yay! So that was the exhaust on. And even though you sat at home all excited because you're waiting for me to start this scooter up, then I'm going to have to disappoint you a little bit, because if I'm going to get followers and I'm going to get people watching the channel, then you're going to have to wait until the next video. No, I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not kidding. I'm not firing it up. It's just really late now. It's a lot later than I expected it. So, yeah, so I'm going to have to knock it on the head. And next time you see this scooter here, I will be fitting, I'm going to reveal the new colour that I've painted the Horncast, mudguard and leg shields. And then I'll fire it up in that video there. We can have a bit of a walk around and I'll go through the specs. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. I love the fact that people buy me coffee and do the old merch buy-in, which is really great. I got these new hats in now, so if you fancy buying something for Christmas, or put it on the Christmas wish, you're going to have to get skates on. I've got these, and I've got caps as well. Yeah, so thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra! Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Kickback Garage. This is Rob, your host, and today we're going to do an unboxing, and we're going to do a